Well, happy Monday evening to you. Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy, getting you into your nightly Bitcoin update out just a little early tonight. I had a little extra time. It's getting darker earlier in Texas, so I can get in the shop, get everything started just a little bit quicker. But Bitcoin's made a run over the past few days, started about Saturday, bottomed out at about 80,000, and we've been moving up ever since. So what happens from here? Do we move up? Do we reject again and go even further down? What in the world's going on? We're going to break all of that down tonight. I'm going to start on an hourly chart, give you what I think over the next day or so. Then we're going to go out to those long range targets around the daily and the weekly charts, and we'll figure out exactly where we're going. And I'll give you my best idea of what I have. But I am a world champion cowboy in the rodeo events. I am a world champion team roper, and I'm bringing the strategies and the discipline that I've used to achieve those world titles. I'm bringing them right here to the crypto desk. And if you stick around long enough, hopefully we can make y'all world champion crypto traders. But let's go ahead and get into it tonight. Figure out what's going on. We'll start off with the crypto fear and greed index, currently at a 20. We've been all the way down to 9. Was about 14 and 16 over the weekend, so we're still coming up, and it's not surprising considering that we have had a pretty good bounce here. But what I use this for, it measures market sentiment. So what I like to do is I make small spot purchases when we drop into fear. When we drop into extreme fear, I buy a little more. When they go up into greed, and I start taking profits. And when they hit that extreme greed, I get out of them. But usually I have most of it out somewhere in greed. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a BitUnex exchange. I put some small amounts in here just to show you guys what's going on. I've got about $90 in Ethereum and Solana at dollar cost averaged into. Yesterday we were down in double digits, but today we're at 9 and 7% down. Bitcoin's down about 2%. We're headed in the right direction. And if you need a good exchange to trade on, BitUnex is great. There's no KYC. I do believe you get a first-time deposit bonus, and you get a little better fees on your trading. You'll find that link in my description. Go ahead and check it out. I pulled up 2 different liquidation heat maps tonight. We'll do the weekly first because it's going to give us short-range targets. This is what market makers use to track your liquidity. They don't care about TA. All they care about is where your liquidation points are, and that's what they're chasing. Our job is to stay in front of them. Everything above price action is a short trade. Everything below price action is a long trade, and you can see we're kind of in the middle. There's some bright pockets right up here about $89,000. But since we've gone up, the longs have been piling in. There's some at around 85,000. There's some more about 83,000. So the question begs, do we come back and grab this liquidity at lower levels? Or are they going to leave it there, come back and get it later and keep pushing this up? Cumulatively, we've got about $1.5 billion in short liquidations all the way up to about $96,000. To the long side, down to about 78, 79,000. We've got about 1.33 billion. So we still weighted heavier to the short side. But we're kind of in the middle. These bright pockets of liquidity have me interested. I think maybe at some point we probably reach up and try to grab those, but we'll get into that in the charts in just a second. The yearly Bitcoin liquidation heat map, this covers kind of the macro on it. You can see a lot of longs have piled in here. Since we started going up, there's about $2.24 billion worth of longs to liquidate, down to about 65,000. But to the top side, up around 145,000, you've got about 9.31. So the imbalance is still to the short side. There is a bright pocket here around 92,000, and then we start getting up over 100. So that begs the question, are we about to make a bigger run, or what exactly is going on? But we'll get into the charts. We'll figure that out. I post all of these charts in the crypto school. I posted them last night. I posted them tonight. We did take a long off of the signal this morning. I went ahead and posted a signal at that. We took the long as we broke the 50 simple moving average on the hourly. So far, so good. We're in good profit. You can see we've came up since about Saturday morning early. We bottomed out here right at about $81,000. Actually, we bottomed out lower than that. We bottomed out at about $80,500. Been running up ever since. Question begs, how far do we go from here? What's going on? Well, we've gotten above the 50 simple and the 50 smooth moving averages. Those take 50 candles, put a fluid line on the chart. They work as excellent support and resistance. We're above them. We've got to do retest, guys. I think that's what's happening right now. So one of 2 things happens. We consolidate in this fair value gap around 87.9, or we come on down and tap that. There's a possibility we lose it, tap this other fair value gap at around 86,757. Or we could come down in this golden zone, 86,000 to 85,000. That would be my big target. I'd really like to stay above this weekly 50 smooth moving average if we can. If we drop below that, I start getting concerned and I start thinking about these retracement targets around $83,000 to $82,000. If we dump out of this and just start heading to the downside and we hit these extensions, 78,530 to 75,909 are your bottom targets. But what I'm hoping here is that we can keep the support above the 50 moving average, above this 1 hour golden zone, above the weekly 50 smooth moving average. Head on up to these extensions for our next target, 90,200 to about 92,900. The 200 smooth moving average sits up above it. That takes 200 of these candles, puts a fluid line on the chart, works as excellent support and resistance. It'll probably be down here in the box about the time we get there. So that begs the question, do we close up above it and head on up? Or do we reject, find some more support, move up, or just reject completely and start looking for lower targets? That's where we are tonight. It's a complicated setup. There's a huge opportunity for downside, but there's also a huge opportunity for upside here. So we're playing this day by day, move by move. We're going to stay extremely frosty. Your daily moving averages, your 50s sit up at about 102,487. So maybe we'd go up and try to test that. The 2.618 sits at 100,510. I think there's three numbers we need to look at tonight if we're going to continue upside. And the first one, I believe, is around $100,000. We'll move out to the 4 hour. I'm going to turn smart money concepts off because it just kind of convolutes the chart and it's kind of hard to see, but that's a little bit easier to see now. I do have a lot of fibs on here, but they tell a story and I'm going to explain it to you right now. As you can see, we've been running up ever since we found that bottom Saturday morning. Now we've made it up to the 50 simple moving average. We've rejected off of it. I do have concerns about that, but I also think that we still have an opportunity for upside. We have built some supports. Our first support's around 86.5. Our next support is right here on the 50 smooth moving average at 85.910. And then we've got some more support right here at 84.5. That's a lot of support. I don't know if you would call it strong support, but we have support at this time. What I think is probably going to happen is just like we talked about in the hourly, we're going to come down. We're going to retest this retracement extension just to make sure since we've broken out of it, everything needs a retest. The first time we tried, we dropped back in. The second time we got higher and we're going to try it again. Maybe we put in a higher low here and then we can think about crossing this 50 simple moving average, heading up to these extensions. That's also the golden zone. $90,000 to $91,000. Our next stop is going to be to get above this 50 simple smooth moving average at 93.5. Then we can think about this golden zone up top, sitting at about $97,000 to $101,000. That's my first big checkpoint if we continue to go up. We've got to get above this, or I think we're susceptible to more downside, even more severe. But we've got the weekly 50 and we're above it right now. Hopefully we can get a close above it on Sunday. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. If we can get above these moving averages, get above the golden zone, then we're looking at 114 to 124. I think and then you've also got the 200 moving average sitting at about 104.5. I think your three numbers that you need to be fully aware of right now is 100,000, about 107, 108,000. And then 114 to 116,000. Those are our big numbers to continue a bullish move up. If we rejected any one of those, I feel like we go down. And we'll look at downside targets here. If we reject anywhere along here, I think we come on down. $78,000 to $75,000 is our first stop. We'll get out to the daily chart here. We'll get a little better picture of the macro and what's going on. We've closed into this daily retracement zone. That's bullish. We've closed above the weekly 50 smooth moving average. That's bullish. We've completed 5 waves down, so we're due some kind of upside. There is a bearish fair value gap sitting at about $97,000. I think that is our big decider on whether we continue to go up or we start looking for downside somewhere down in the 70s on down to 60, and it gets even uglier from there. What we need to do here, we need to get above this 200 smooth moving average. We need to get above these 50 moving averages. The 50 simple moving average on the weekly sits at 102,760. We get over all of these and we've got one more stop. That's at 112,000. If we can get above this, I think we head to 138 to 154. The golden zone sits, and you can see it is a lower high. If we reject out of here, we're coming down, guys, and I think $60,000 is probably your first stop. I really think that you're probably going to come on down to 60 to 42,000 there. And I'll show you on the weekly, there is kind of what I've been watching and monitoring is that if we've got a left shoulder here, we've got a head, we're coming down. If we reject off of this bearish fair value gap at 98.1, I think we've put in the right shoulder, and the target's going to be somewhere around $50,000. That's where I am with Bitcoin on the downside. If we can get above this, we're bullish, guys. I think we get above the 50 smooth moving average, simple moving average, 105 to 114. If we don't put in a lower high here, or a lower high, then we head up 139 to 156 with the possibility of $200,000. That's the outlier. I'm not confident in either one of those targets, but I think we need to start at this weekly golden zone, see if we can even get there. If we can reassess from there. But that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on Bitcoin tonight. I know I kind of covered it pretty fast. Actually, I didn't cover it pretty fast. We went into pretty good detail. It took a little while to get through, but I think it was valuable information that you need to know. So don't forget to like, subscribe, tap the bell notification. You'll get updates as soon as I upload a video. And don't forget to leave us a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And honestly, I just really enjoy hearing from you people. But check out all the links in my description. There's a link to the Crypto School. There's a link to X. There's a link to BitUnex. Check it all out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Come on over to the Crypto School. Visit with us. We're in there all the time. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have there. But I'm going to wrap this one up for tonight. I've got a couple other videos coming for you tomorrow. We've got a Solana video, and then I'm going to do just a major market overlook while we're at it. But be on the lookout for those. Hit the bell notification so you get updates as soon as I drop them. I'm Chris Hare, the World Champion Crypto Cowboy. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you down the road.